All right, welcome back to another 52 Licks. We're going to continue with our brush series this week, and we're going to do a little, this is super simple one to integrate. It's like a little reflex thing that I kind of just did one day accidentally on a gig, and then talked to some other drummers and realized, like, oh yeah, we do that one. So, but for me, it was nothing magical other than I accidentally stumbled across it. And it's about using the reflex from a brush to make your comping a little cooler, have a little extra pop to it. So let's break down kind of what that is going to mean. When I say reflex, what I mean is when I hit the brush on the rim and kind of, stick it to the rim, you can see that the brush basically, reacts to that and then reflexes. And as it reflexes, it basically, if you know much about physics, you know that basically every time it reflexes to one side, it loses energy and eventually, kind of settles back in. So the first thing to do, and that's important for a reason, other than just random nerdy sciencey stuff. So the first thing is that, first you might want to just practice getting the reflex to happen. And to do so, I got a pretty severe angle. But then when I want to make those connect with the drum, obviously I want to flatten that angle out some. More. So now it's making contact, but then it kind of dies there. Only a few of the notes are happening. And so this is a little trick I picked up from a Dave Weckl instructional video back in the 90s, like a Hot Licks video or whatever those things were. Yes, it was on VHS. That basically, as the reflex loses steam, you can bend the brush up, and it'll keep going. So you can catch those strokes as they get smaller by accommodating by bending. So we're going to do that very fast. And also, we're going to mute into the drum. So after you get comfortable just making that sound, then I want you to comp on the and of 3. Why the and of 3? It's the most popular comp when you're playing brushes. There's a whole history about the 2-beat and the New Orleans feel. That's why that's always the comp that we hear most often. So practice it on that first. First, I'm going to play just a couple of comps on the and of 3 with my left, and then you're going to see me hit the rim and do that little reflex. That's it. It's pretty simple once you get comfortable with that. If you're already comfortable getting a reflex, this is going to be no problem at all. But I did want to break down that process for those of you who aren't comfortable getting that kind of reflex thing out of your brush. Again, I think part of the sound that makes it cool is the actual mute into the drum. And whether you get 3 or 4 notes, it kind of as you get going, it doesn't nearly matter as much. It's almost like a buzz. So that's a fun one. Try that one. Easy to throw into your comping already if you're used to kind of comping some upbeats. I end up playing it on the and of 3 or the and of 1 most often, just because that's where it's the most comfortable with my left hand. If you want to explore that, learn it in your right hand as well, and then you could probably go through syncopation or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that now. It actually sounds kind of fun. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're going to do one more in our little brushes series before we move on. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you on the next one. Good luck.